Hey, you!
I got shotgun. Move!
Get the hell away from there! I said get away from that car right now!
Take a hike, Grandma.
I have a gun here, and I am not afraid to use it!
She's got a gun.
Yes! Move! I'd keep moving if I were you! Because I might go completely berserk! This is crazy!
Oh, me, Grandma. Idiots. Broad daylight.
Malibu. This is the police. Put your hands on the steering wheel where I can see them. On the steering...
Such as Gun 101.
Is that what you decided to call it? Gun 101? It's very snappy.
I've got Sean Potter for field experience, a couple of marshals for muscle, the guy from the state attorney's office because I have to. So we're ready to rock.
Except for one small matter.
No, I pretty much covered everything.
Except for the United States Constitution, which states that everybody's innocent until proven guilty, which means that discussing this boy's sentence ex parte might be a tad premature, if not blatantly unethical.
I didn't mean to presume.
Besides, I'm not sure there aren't some gun offenses where we shouldn't come down like the wrath of God.
Then imagine how much I appreciate the chance to persuade you otherwise.
Very funny.
We didn't have time to get a cake with a prisoner on it.
Oh, I find the clown most appropriate.
We're glad you beat the rap.
For future reference, it's customary when stealing a car to pick one that's better than your own. or at least different. Right?
Well, I'll make a note of it.
Yeah. Speech.
Well, you must all be so pleased.
Warren Lowry brought his father's gun to a public park, brandished it around, and said, "The next blankety blank ass blank to mess with me gets some of this," for which we are all very grateful. Nonetheless, it is a Class D felony, and we believe that Warren Lowry should be incarcerated.
Which is ludicrous. Warren has never been in trouble before, and he's a solid C+ student.
Then he should be smart enough to know that waving a gun around and uttering threats leads to jail time.
Did Mr. Lowry have a reason for doing this?
Warren was being tormented by a bully at school, and ill-advisedly took matters into his own hands.
Well, Warren, did you talk to a counselor or your principal before you decided to take the gun to the park?
No, Judge. A man has to handle his own troubles. I wasn't gonna shoot anyone. I didn't have no ammo.
Any ammo?
Judge, my son was a little overboard here, but he was trying to look out for himself. He knows you can't let people just walk all the hell over you. Right or wrong, you have to admit he did take charge. And I'll tell you something for sure. That bully's not gonna be bothering anybody for a while.
Judge Gray, my client has never been in trouble. And I believe that his poor judgment can be blamed on his youth. In addition, his father, who owns the gun, faces civil charges. Now, how much does his family need to be punished?
Good point. Just buy him lunch and send him home.
I'll handle the sarcasm, Miss Robson. Well, usually in a case like this, I would recommend detention boot camp or anger management counseling, but today I'm going to try something a little different. It's an alternative sanction called Gun 101. Once a week, for 2 months, the Lowrys, all of them, will attend a 3-hour session.
All of us?
Yeah, Mr. Lowry, you're facing a lawsuit, so you're not pure as the driven snow. And more important, it's not about you. It's about keeping Warren out of jail. Upon successful completion of the program, I'd consider reducing Warren's charge of carrying a weapon to possession, and Mr. Lowry's contributing might go away altogether.
All right.
That all right with you, Miss Robson?
We can live with it, Your Honor.
Good.
Sarah, join me in my humiliation, won't you?
Thanks, but I don't get along with white flour.
Who's the artist?
Oh, a 4-year-old named Tiffany Reynolds.
And what is the story here?
I'm not sure. Maybe nothing. Excuse me, Maxine.
Losing a daughter is hard enough, Judge Gray, but to lose a daughter to suicide is particularly painful.
We all feel empathy for the Eggers, but to blame my clients for Julie's suicide and then move them to adult court to be tried for manslaughter, well, that would be a miscarriage of justice.
Mr. and Mrs. Eggers, first and foremost, I'd like to extend the court's condolences for the loss of your daughter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'd hate to have your personal tragedy get lost in all these arguments. So, Mr. Friedman, could you please tell the court why Midge Bailey and Angie Becker should be held responsible for Julie Eggers' suicide?
Midge Bailey and Angie Becker set up a website where they wrote in graphic detail about the purported sex lives of their classmates. We believe these girls knowingly perpetrated a slander that made Julie Eggers feel so hounded that she eventually took her own life.
Your Honor, while we are truly appalled at the tragic suicide of Julie Eggers, the truth is, she was a mentally ill young woman with a history of suicide attempts.
Which these girls knew, and yet they still targeted her.
Your Honor, no one was targeted. The website, accepted as a joke by most of the student body, featured a large number of other students, Julie Eggers amongst them.
Well, so far this sounds like a high school prank gone wrong. Why should I order these girls to be tried as adults?
Because only an adult could have written such pornographic, licentious, and salacious smut. Believe me, these are not children.
Mr. Friedman is wrong. Children today are precocious. It doesn't mean they aren't children.
Okay, we're all in agreement that the matter is unclear. I'd like to hear testimony to determine probable cause and the need to transfer these girls to the adult court.
So good. Oh, baby, come here. Come here, sweet pea. Little pea, gonna make you something so good. Vincent, where have you been?
Wait. What are you cooking?
Don't take the tone with me. You want to know what I'm cooking? Try sticking around.
Donna, something I may have forgotten to mention to you. You and I are not married.
Where were you? Off on a bender, I suppose, drowning your sorrows. Let me tell you, mister, that is no way to deal with your problems. There are no answers at the other end of a bottle.
Champagne?
I'll get the glasses. Why are we drinking champagne in the middle of the day?
We're celebrating. Because even though you and I are not married, I am married.
Oh my God. Does Carol know?
I'm married to Carol.
I knew that. I mean, I was hoping. Oh my God, that is so excellent. You're off getting married?
In Las Vegas. The King Chapel of Love. It was tacky. Cheers.
So, where's the bride?
Oh, she's about halfway to San Francisco. She found a really good oncologist out there. I'm gonna tie things up around here, and I'll be out in time for the surgery. Who knows? Maybe she'll be well enough to take the job.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is like a lot.
Yeah.
You're happy though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm scared to death. That's...
I put the psych report for Julie Eggers on your desk. Next up is the Frederickson neglect case, which should take up the rest of the morning.
Aren't you going to thank me?
For what?
For sentencing Warren Lowry to gun 101.
I commend Your Honor on the good decision.
Oh, well, that's close to gratitude.
Because some gun offenses are family problems. And simply punishing the child is misguided.
Okay, we blew past gratitude and straight into debate.
Judge Gray, I was wondering, could I be asking you a wee favor?
Come in, Donna, or whoever you are.
Saints preserve, it's a bit close in here, isn't it? Oh, I'll not take up too much of your precious time.
Donna, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm stage manager for Sonnet Palooza.
A foolish man might ask what that is.
Oh, it's the greatest hits of literature, all packed into one powerhouse evening with no unfamiliar passages. I'm understudying Molly Bloom and everyone else, so if God forbid anyone gets sick or dies, I'm in. So far, everyone seems pretty healthy.
Oh, well, that's too bad. I mean, good.
Yeah, I'm also selling tickets.
I'll take 4.
I'd rather see a dead body.
Fine. 2 for you, 4 for Judge Gray. Now, you wouldn't be buying for Vincent and Carol, would you?
No.
Oh, good, because they aren't coming.
Why not?
Carol's already gone to the cancer specialist in San Francisco, and I'm not so sure Vincent's up for a night at the theater without her.
Cancer specialist? Carol has cancer? What kind?
Breast cancer. I'm so sorry. I thought you knew.
Donna, why don't we give Judge Gray a moment? "15 minutes.
Why aren't you working?
If I tell the younger children...
Excuse me. I hope you're not discussing any particular case.
Of course not. That would be against the rules.
Okay, I guess I better get back to the 3rd floor.
Good, because that's the best place for therapists to be. Far away from investigators.
You're like the eye on the dollar bill. Ever watchful.
I try.
Miss Sandowski, do you know Mitch Bailey and Angie Becker?
Sort of.
Sort of?
Well, they're sort of higher up kind of thing.
But you see them around school.
Sure. Yeah, everybody knows them.
And everybody knows their website.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And there are things on the website written about you, correct?
Yes.
So, Lindsay, is it true that you only like boys with really big penises?
Objection.
Mr. Friedman.
I don't see the relevance in this line of questioning, Your Honor.
Your Honor, this is what was reported on the website about Lindsay. I'm just trying to establish a pattern of malicious slander.
The objection to relevance is overruled. You can answer the question, Lindsay.
I don't know.
What don't you know?
I don't know which boys have big penises and which boys don't.
Your Honor.
You think this is easy, Miss Nasritian?
Lindsay, were you embarrassed by what they wrote?
I don't know.
Were you upset?
Not really.
Did you miss any school?
I got sick.
And isn't it true that you made yourself sick?
We need you to answer honestly, Lindsay.
I ate toothpaste. It gives you a fever.
And why did you do that?
I was embarrassed. You know, kids laughed at me.
Because of the website?
Everybody logged on. Everybody read that stuff they wrote about me. They also said I made a lot of noise during sex. They called me Mona the Moaner. And everyone started calling me Mona or just Moaner. Even my history teacher. But he didn't know why. He just heard the other kids say it. Because of what they put on the internet. It was horrible.
That's all, Judge Gray.
Ms. Nazaretian?
Just one question. You say you felt terrible.
Yes.
It ruined your social life. You skipped school, your grades dropped. In the midst of this pain, did you ever think about killing yourself?
No. No, I didn't.
Well, you got here quick.
Not as quick as some.
That's Dexter Reynolds going for the ride. Those are his nieces, Denise and Tiffany. He's been babysitting them while the mother takes night classes. Come on, I'll introduce you to the girls.
Girls can wait a moment. Detective Frazier, what's going on?
We're arresting a child molester.
Detective Frazier, this arrest is a direct result of a conversation I saw you have with Dr. Blixen. You and Sarah talked about an ongoing case after I expressly warned you against it.
You didn't hear us, Maxine. We could have been talking about anything. We were talking in the abstract about how an older child makes a more credible witness than a younger child.
This discussion is not over. Hi. I'm Maxine Gray. Which one of you is Tiffany? Then you must be Denise. I need you girls to come with me. You haven't done anything wrong. You're not in any trouble.
Uncle Dexter looks mad.
You don't have to worry about him anymore. He can't hurt you. That's what counts, isn't it, Maxine?
Thank you. Watch your step. You warm up?
Hi. Remember me?
I think so. House on Wood Acres, room next to mine.
But you might want a sugar high.
I was kind of hoping that might be a bag full of experienced moving men.
Wow. You're really not wasting any time.
I don't have any to waste.
So listen, Donna told me something. I mean, she didn't tell me. She didn't break any confidence. She thought I knew. About Carol being sick.
I guess it was inevitable.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say.
Sorry's appropriate.
Is there anything I can do?
No, I don't think so, but thank you.
So were you going to tell us before you left?
Yeah, it's really up to Carol.
Oh. And she's in San Francisco?
Yeah.
So I guess we won't have a chance to say goodbye. I mean, goodbye, you're going. Goodbye, you're moving.
No, you missed your chance.
Oh, come on, Vincent. Give me a break. I'm trying.
Why didn't you come yesterday? Why didn't you come last week or the day after you found out I was going?
Why didn't you?
I asked you first.
Why are we fighting all the time? Why can't we stop?
Maybe because we feel like if we stop fighting, then we'll find out that's all there is. I wish you could have been happy for me.
Did you give me the opportunity?
I'll give it to you now. 2 days ago, Carol and I flew to Las Vegas and we got married. I guess you didn't notice.
Julie had some real problems. We don't deny that. We went to family therapy, and Julie went on medication, an antidepressant. But things were definitely getting better.
Until when?
Suddenly she wouldn't get out of bed, didn't want to go to school. We took her to the therapist, and that's where she mentioned the website. My husband and I logged on to the internet and saw what they wrote about our daughter.
And what exactly did they write, ma'am? Your Honor, I'd like the court's permission to ask some rather leading questions to preserve Mrs. Eggers' feelings.
I'm so sorry, Mrs. Eggers. I can't imagine how difficult this is for you. Be careful, Mr. Friedman.
Did they write that your daughter filleted the entire marching band during an out-of-town football game?
Yes.
Okay, I think we get the picture. We don't need to go through this point by point.
Did you notify the school of this situation, Mrs. Eggers?
Julie begged me not to. She couldn't stand the thought of her teachers seeing all that was written.
You are monsters! You have killed my daughter!
Your Honor.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just
that Julie was so sad for so long. And things were getting better, and we thought Julie would have a chance. And then them.
What the hell did you people do?
Jonathan.
Maxine, you know as well as I do you don't get called into the presiding judge's chambers to be congratulated on what a fine job you're doing.
Thank you all for coming. I don't really need to know all of your names. I am, as I'm sure you're aware, Judge Jackson Keeler. This gentleman is Mr. Alfred Faust, Esquire. He's defending a man named Dexter Reynolds. And this is Mr. Faust's motion to dismiss on grounds of prosecutorial misconduct. It appears a therapist from Sanctuary House colluded with one of your investigators in having charges brought against his client.
That's ridiculous.
We keep the elements of the case completely separate.
So, Detective Fraser?
Yes, Judge.
You and, for example, Dr. Blixman?
Yes.
Don't discuss cases.
Never.
Oh, please.
Apparently, the older daughter was unable to sleep, so she did what little girls do. She went to her mother and she confessed.
She's recanted.
When her mother asked her why she lied, she said that someone at that nice place with the new toys told her it would help her little sister.
It's not odd for an abused child to recant. She's worried her family will blame her and she wants it to all go away.
As do I. But it's not that simple. Mr. Faust is considering laying charges against the state. Aren't you, Mr. Faust?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Coercion of a false statement, wrongful imprisonment.
Absolutely.
This noble experiment is generating more heat than light. I am very concerned, and my concerns are shared by others.
You're going to close down Sanctuary House.
Only if a thorough investigation indicates that such a closure would be appropriate. Again, thank you all for coming. I found it most informative.
Hey, Street, I got my eye on your punk ass.
Yeah, babyface? Well, I think you better get some backup then. Because you're gonna need it.
Yo, I don't need no backup to punch you down.
Oh, yeah? Now I got the shape. What's up?
Easy. Hey, just calm down before anybody punches down anybody's anything. Hey, back. Do you even know what he wants to talk about?
Don't make any difference because he's all up in my grill. Yeah.
So the first thing to think about is maybe putting daylight between you. Step back. Step back. If you have a problem with a man, you gotta let him know what the problem is. Now, what's another way to start this? Hey, man, can we talk for a minute?
Oh, no, man. Come on, big slapper, man.
Hey, hold on. Come on, let's just give this a chance. This is some fairy tale.
Maybe this exact stuff won't work for you. But there are more ways than one. That's the point. There's ways to keep your pride and to stay alive. That's the goal here. Okay, let's keep talking.
Don't you ever pick up your messages?
Whatever it is, may I close the door first?
Why didn't you tell me about Carol having cancer? And Vincent and her getting married?
Is this some kind of dream you had?
No, I talked to Vincent. I tried to. Donna knew about it. That's how I found out.
What kind of cancer?
Breast. She's in San Francisco right now getting ready for surgery. And she and Vincent got married 2 days ago in Las Vegas. He's wearing a ring. You really didn't know about this?
You think I could know that and not tell you?
This is absurd. It's out of control.
I agree.
The fact that this family is so split apart by your petty bickering that we are out of the loop on issues of this magnitude is... What kind of people behave this way?
He's not answering his phone.
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Ma!
Are we done here yet?
Not quite. I know some of you have trouble talking to your parents and vice versa, so we're going to work on a little role reversal.
Now, some of you guys are going to get to be parents. You parents are going to be kids again.
Let's see. Front and center, please.
Get somebody else.
But I picked you, Ernest.
You don't know me well enough to call me Ernest.
Okay. Mr. Lowry, will you and Mr. Lowry Jr. please come up front?
This is a waste of time.
You know what? Why don't you just give it a try? Because you have to be here anyway.
You think I don't know how to be a father to my own son? We shouldn't be here.
The judge didn't see it that way. It was your gun. And the terms of the court require you to be here.
Okay, look, if you're feeling a little shy, then maybe somebody else can go.
I don't think so.
Bruce.
You know something else? Warren did the right thing.
All right.
Yeah.
By threatening people with a gun?
You see, we're here to learn alternative strategies for conflict resolution.
The problem with society is that it's always trying to knock off the rough edges, the things that make us individuals.
Mr. Lowry, if you don't fulfill the requirements of the court order, your son will go to jail, and you're liable to follow.
See, this is a perfect example of a conflict resolution.
I'm out of here. Come on, Warren. Let's go. Move. Let's move. Tina.
Mr. and Mrs. Lowry, I can't permit you to leave. If you walk out that door, I will have the marshal outside detain you. And I will call a judge who will sign a contempt of court order, and you will be put in jail.
So you can't deal with me yourself. You need a marshal.
Marshal.
Vincent, I don't know where to start.
Why don't you start by coming in?
I really came here to yell at you about all the things you've neglected to tell me. But then I passed an accident at the intersection at Governor Street. Motorcycle, of course. Someone on the ground, under a sheet, just a foot sticking out. I hate that. So I have revised my speech. And I just want to say, I love you and life is short, so please, please stop doing this for your old mother.
Well, I don't think I'm doing anything. You might want to talk to your daughter.
Oh, Vincent, I'm too tired for this. And you should be too. Someone you love is sick. You need to reserve your strength so you can be there for her.
I know that, which is why I need all of you to back off and stay out of it.
That's unrealistic. And it's immature. You don't know what you're wading into. You need your family.
Carol is my family.
Yes, so I heard. Secondhand. And I'm here to tell you, you're just wrong. If you think that some hastily spoken vows and a handful of honorable intentions can ever take the place of history, which is what we all have together. That's what you and Carol will have one day. But in the meantime, I think you're going to need all the help you can get. And you're a fool not to take it.
Okay, here's what you don't understand.
No, here's what you don't understand. I came here to talk, not to listen. I'll listen another time.
I know that you're mad because I didn't involve you in the wedding.
Oh, for God's sake. I barely survived the other two. I'm mad because I think that you have made an enormous life decision based on panic and spite. I hope not. You have the rest of your life to prove me wrong. For someone who never wanted to grow up, you certainly are trying to do a lot of it at once.
We're supposed to be experts in conflict resolution. Now let's go in there and resolve this conflict without risking the program.
Too late.
Evening, gentlemen.
Judge Gray?
You really think this is the best course of action? Sending an entire family to jail?
We've had some time to cool off.
I believe so.
Okay. Who's got the warrant?
Don't you want to hear the details?
Why? If you think this is what it's going to take, I'm behind you 100%. What, you didn't think I would back you up?
Thank you, Judge Gray.
Good night.
Judge. Well, slap my ass and call me Fanny.
So what's that mean?
It means if you don't get back in that room and finish the program, you go to jail.
All of you.
Fine. You're the ones that are gonna look like jackasses, you and that lady judge.
What if Warren and I go back?
That'd be great.
If you go back, you're no longer in contempt of court.
Get in there.
Don't defy me on this, Bettina.
Get in there, Warren.
Warren, you stay out here with me.
Last chance.
What? I'm supposed to apologize?
Mr. Lowry, you go back into that room and participate, or you go with the marshal. It's that simple.
Go to hell. Just remember you had to call a lady judge and Deputy Dan because you couldn't handle me yourself.
I only fight people my size.
So, what would you have me do?
Issue us a stern warning. Assign an oversight person, spank our bare bums, and let us get on with our good work.
Well, as tempting as the bare bums sanction sounds, I'm afraid it just won't suffice.
Why not?
Because not only must justice be done, Ms. Gray, justice must also be seen to be done.
By whom?
By, for one, the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Connecticut.
That fathead?
That fathead and I go way back. He is also a highly placed and powerful official whom you embarrassed in front of the media the other day. Can you imagine how that makes me feel as both his supporter and his friend?
You do all this damage simply as a favor to a friend? Destroy my work and the work of all these other people?
No, you don't understand. We barely know you exist. And while the Lieutenant Governor is certainly not my boss, we do share a knowledge which you apparently lack. That politics is nothing more than a set of interlocking, mutually beneficial relationships. So, look on the closing of Sanctuary House as your personal failure to comprehend this simple truism.
The Lieutenant Governor would close Sanctuary House just to get back at me.
Of course not. He won't have anything to do with it.
Because you'll do his dirty work for him.
An interlocking, mutually beneficial relationship. You get the picture?
Certainly the frame is in focus. Would his lust for vengeance be satisfied if I took the blame and resigned?
Possibly. If only because that would be so much better for the children. Don't you agree?
Before I make my ruling, I'd like to ask you something. Why did you feel the need to smear the reputations of your schoolmates all over the World Wide Web?
We want to be journalists. It started out as a school project.
I thought journalists were supposed to report the truth.
Yeah, but we got more hits when we spiced things up. On our resumes, it'll be the number of hits to the website that gets us into the good journalism school, not the actual content.
You wanted to beef up your application, so you wrote sexy gossip?
To raise the number of hits. It wasn't anything personal.
Well, sexual gossip and rumors have always been a part of adolescent life. We used to pass notes around the class, but these girls made use of the internet. So it's not a matter of 5 or 6 people hearing gossip and telling their friends, but the entire population of a school. Julie Eggers was a fragile soul, and what Miss Bailey and Miss Becker did to her was callous, malicious, and cruel, and apparently totally self-serving. But I cannot find probable cause that the crime of manslaughter has been committed. So the complaint is dismissed. My sympathies are with you, Mr. and Mrs. Eggers. And I realize from where you sit, this does not feel like justice. Especially since, like you, I believe that what these young women did contributed to your daughter's death. I'm not sure if they'll ever realize the enormity of that. But in an effort to hasten that moment, I'm ordering a transcript of this trial be permanently addended to their high school transcripts. And we'll see how those college admissions boards react to that.
You're trying to ruin our future.
At least you have one, Miss Becker. Julie Eggers only has a past.
We don't know what to say.
What you did, it's very noble. It wasn't noble, it was pragmatic. I did my damnedest to get this place up and running. I wasn't about to watch it go under because you people couldn't keep your mouths shut.
I know, Maxine, we're really sorry.
Don't do it again.
Maxine, we know the uncle abused the little sister.
And he will suffer no consequences because you and Sarah tried to take a shortcut.
It's still unfair for Keela to blame you.
I'm not taking the blame. I'm taking the responsibility. Hopefully, my resigning will give you the chance to do it right.
Here, let me help you.
No, I can take care of this.
I just wanted to help.
What would have happened if you'd gotten away with this? What would have been the next cut corner, the next shading, next creative interpretation? Well, there'll be no more of that because I won't be here to draw their fire. The target is leaving, and you're going to be out in the open and on your own, and the next mistake will be the last mistake. There's a pint of 2% and some cheese sticks in the icebox if anybody wants them.
Maxine.
I'm not going to ask you if you knew about this. You know about it now. And you know what I expect.
Don't worry. I'll take care of it.
Said the fox when given the keys to the hen house.
I'm nuts about you.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime. Who is responsible for a stock analyst's death? Find out on Law & Order. Next on TNT.
Sanctuary House official resigns over conflict of interest.
It's not a bad picture.
Her mouth is open. She looks like she's catching flies.
Her hair looks good.
I don't think she's going to be happy.
Of course she'll be happy. She's not gonna see it.
Guys, can I have your undivided attention for the unveiling of Vincent and Carol's wedding picture?
Wow. That's incredible.
It's Charles and Diana. Doesn't Carol look great in that dress?
How'd you do that?
Oh, it's the miracle of computers.
See what a resourceful woman your mommy is?
So look, I know this is both a wedding reception and a going away party, but I think the emphasis should be on wedding. Given what's happening with Carol, I don't think we should talk too much about goodbye.
So what does that mean? Champagne fountains?
Yes. And we're going to rent the reception hall at the Clarendon Country Club.
Is Vincent really going to want this kind of fuss? He's very unpredictable these days.
Well, that's why it's going to be a surprise, so we can't object.
Interesting approach.
So don't say anything.
It's not like I talked to him.
Amy, your daughter needs you. She's having some kind of hair crisis.
Is it still on her head?
As far as I can tell.
And it's not a crisis.
Where's the paper?
I don't think we got one today.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I tip Alvin better than anyone on the block. He never forgets me.
Oh, but there's never anything good in the paper anyway, Mom. Oh, hey, look. Take a look at this.
How bizarre.
Jillian did it.
It's lovely.
Well, it's Charles and Diana.
Wonderful. Amy, please give me the paper. Oh, for God's sake, do you think I'm not going to go right out of here and get one?
Mom, I'm very sorry this is happening to you. It's not fair. It's not what you deserve.
And yet it's happening. Well, I better go out there and face it.
Mom, remember you always used to tell me the most important rule in life is to be independent of the good opinion of others.
Well, I'm certainly independent of it now.
Your hair look good?
And we have joint custody of our 11-year-old daughter, Lisa. What's the wording?
You want to modify the custody order?
She wants to take our daughter to France.
Just for 2 years? Can I say why?
My client's been offered an extremely attractive management position at her employer's office in Paris, Your Honor.
Hold on, everybody. Let's just pretend we're in the court of law, shall we? Miss Mosby, you're the lawyer, so you ask the questions and your client answers them. It's just like on TV, all right?
Of course, Your Honor. Ms. Conrad, would this new job include a raise?
Yes. I will be making twice what I'm making now.
That extra money would come in handy.
You mean because of Lisa's learning disorder?
Your Honor?
Yeah, once again, Miss Mosby, you ask the questions and Miss Conrad answers.
In Paris, I'd have the money to send Lisa to a private school where they have teachers who specialize in learning disorders.
And do you anticipate any other benefits from life in Paris for Lisa?
Well, it's Paris. I mean, it's the city of lights. It's cosmopolitan, full of art and culture. She'd learn another language, really. It's the chance of a lifetime.
That's all, Your Honor.
Mr. Sisko?
This job's for 2 years.
That's correct.
What if you do a great job? What if they offer you even more money to stay even longer?
I have no plans to stay any longer.
How do you know you'll be inclined to turn your back on the great international cosmopolitan center that Paris, France is, in order to return to a lower paying job in dull, provincial Hartford, Connecticut?
I just know.
Has Miss Mosley explained how hard it is to get a French judge to enforce the ruling of a Connecticut court?
No?
Oh, really? She hasn't explained that it's almost impossible.
I get the point, Mr. Sisko. You can move on.
I have no more questions, Your Honor.
So I signed you up for Kidland Express and Happy Camp Childcare.
Oh, callow kiss. Up wide thy mewling maw.
Mrs. LaRusso upstairs has agreed to watch Ariadne until December, but she's going to Montana then, and she doesn't know when she'll be back.
Forsooth, she doth devour like the downy dodo.
Are you listening to me?
Everything'll be fine, won't it, downy dodo?
Why are you talking like that?
Oh, I'm no longer just an understudy. Jack Hodgins fractured his patella. I'm Shakespeare. Oh, can you come?
Uh-huh. I really need you to focus on this daycare thing, because I'm leaving to go live in San Francisco.
But not right now.
No. Right now, I'm meeting with my agent. We're revisiting the movie offer on my book.
Oh my God. The one where they want to make the characters into aliens?
Not aliens, walk-ins. There are subtle differences.
Don't do it. Your talent and integrity are all you have.
Call those people back today.
Okay.
Because I'm leaving, Donna.
Right.
There's been an outbreak of rickets at the Thomas house, so if you could check into that. And 3 shelter care units need DCF authorization for double room occupancy.
What are you doing?
Easing you back into the thick of things.
I don't want to be eased back in.
I thought, what with all the publicity attending your firing, that...
I wasn't fired. I resigned. I took the fall for someone else so that I could save Sanctuary House. I thought you understood all that.
Oh, of course I do. However, you're a bit of a lightning rod at present, so in my opinion, it would be best for you to just lay low for a few days. Oh, Bubble Man's in trouble. If he doesn't get his permits renewed, the police are going to arrest him.
I'm not doing Bubble Man. Let Robert do Bubble Man.
Who's Bubble Man? He's a 5150 who blows bubbles over on the promenade.
Please don't use police jargon, Sean. We're social workers. He's mentally ill. You get him into a shelter, you fill out a few papers. It's social work 101.
Actually, my hands are a little full with this Kaliski deal.
Kenny Kaliski? You put Robert on Kenny Kaliski?
He can handle it?
Well, I guess so. Since Kenny's already in foster care. Oh, my God. What genius sent Kenny back to his amphetamine gobbling parents?
That genius would be the law, Maxine.
Mr. Kaliski completed the counseling the court ordered, so the kid went back.
Kenny was flourishing in foster care, and there is no way that Carl Kaliski is suddenly a fit father. He's a violent drug abuser.
Kenny Kaliski is now Robert's problem, Maxine. Yours is Bubble Man.
But the child is in danger. Give Bubble Man to Robert and let me have Kenny.
No way. You do Bubble Man.
I'll keep an eye on Robert. You keep a low profile for a few days.
The biggest questions still left are band or DJ, valet parking or not, and should people bring gifts?
I just think somebody should consult Vincent.
Well, that would ruin the surprise.
Maybe they don't want any more surprises.
Too bad, we're having the party.
What are you still doing up?
Listening to people argue.
Bed now. It's a school night.
Besides, there'll be plenty of arguing tomorrow.
Hey, I thought you could use this.
Me? I appreciate the gesture, Amy, but I don't need it.
I think you do.
What is it?
Mom, you're going through a really rough time. Now, I was the last recipient, so by the rules, I get to decide who gets it next.
I can think of someone who needs this a lot more than I do.
What is it?
It's the surfing monkey.
What?
It's good luck.
No, it's sacred. The monkey has sacred powers.
Honey, don't overstate. It's just something that, when you approach rock bottom, it helps.
Like Prozac?
More like good luck.
No, it's more than luck. It's a harbinger. It's tangible hope. Peter got it when he broke his collarbone.
Dad got it after his first heart attack. Mom got it after Dad died. And Amy got it when she and Michael broke up.
And now it's Mom's turn again.
Vince's wife is sick. He's uprooting his life. He has no job. He has no health insurance. He doesn't know whether to spit or go blind. Now, how does that compare to my little public mortification?
So I give it to you, and then you get to give it to whoever the hell you want to give it to. But it's my decision who I give it to, and I choose you.
Oh, would you please grow up and realize what you're doing to this family? And if you can't accomplish that, then I suggest you hold on to that monkey, because you really will be at rock bottom when he leaves.
Can I see the monkey?
Bernie? Bernie Zovanar. Bernie? Bernie? Hey, Bubble Man.
Maxine, catch!
Come on, I'll buy you a hot dog.
Oh, how about if you let me buy it?
No, it's my treat today because I have some bad news. You can't perform here without a permit. Use your words, Bernie.
I don't have a permit.
Exactly. To get a permit, you need to have an address. Bernie.
I can't be indoors, Maxine, because it's too close.
2 plain hot dogs, please.
A man shouldn't need a permit just to blow some bubbles. What about my constitutional right to the pursuit of happiness?
Oh, that's not in the Constitution. It's in the Declaration of Independence. I'm not hungry. If you don't get a permit, you will be arrested.
Look, you need an address to get a permit. And I don't have an address.
And suddenly, we're on the same planet. I'll get you into a shelter, Bernie, and that will be your address. How does that sound? I'll take that as a yes.
No can do. I'm a child of the elements.
How you doing, Lucian?
I'm not talking so good these days. I don't force him. Communication is a two-way street.
Please. Mr. Morlock, the court sent you to me because Lucian was caught setting fires in trash cans. I thought we agreed that he would attend anger management classes.
We had transportation difficulties. Car in the shop.
What about public transportation?
You know how that is.
Yes, I do. And it's not optional. In addition, you only attended 4 family counseling sessions.
I gotta work. What am I supposed to do? Me and Lucian gotta eat. Prioritize, visualize, crystallize.
You realize you are not living up to the conditions of the court order Judge Gray imposed on you.
It's the impositions we place on ourselves that are truly binding.
I have to be honest. I'm not making any headway with you. And that's what I'm going to have to say when we go back in front of Judge Gray.
What's she gonna do? Take Lucian away?
It's a distinct possibility. He's already on probation.
Can you talk to her for us?
Miss Morlock, I don't know how I can be any more clear. You haven't done what you must in order to retain custody of your son.
Mom.
Vincent. Well, this is an honor. Are you looking for a lunch partner?
Oh, I don't have time, but I wouldn't mind a walk and some advice.
How's Carol?
She's doing well, considering. She likes her doctor. She's very positive.
Good.
So I've been offered a movie deal on my novel.
Vincent, that's wonderful.
Well, it's not entirely. They made me this offer once before, and I turned them down because of what the production company wants to do to the book.
Which is?
Turn the rabbi into some kind of alien.
An illegal alien?
No, from another dimension.
Oh.
I know it's a potential sellout, but now is not the time to get precious over my creative vision, right?
Vincent, as much as I'd like to help you, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay, right. I just felt like saying all this out loud. I know it's ultimately my decision.
Maybe you need to talk to a lawyer.
I can't afford one.
Well, wouldn't it be convenient if we had a lawyer in this family?
Our divorce was traumatic for Lisa. It's tough for a kid her age to go to a new school, much less France.
What about your ex-wife's contention that Lisa would thrive in a better school?
Lisa likes her teachers, and her teachers like her. It's a good school. And there's no learning disorder. Catherine keeps saying that there is, but it's just that Lisa had a really hard time after the divorce. She's doing fine now.
What does Connecticut offer that Paris doesn't?
Well, me. I'm her father. Maybe it's not the Eiffel Tower, but Sundays Lisa and I get donuts. We go down to the carousel. She loves it there. She tells me all about her school and her friends. All her friends are here. All her classmates and her pets. And what about the volleyball team? She loves that.
Thought you were dead set against this movie deal.
Well, I was, but circumstances have changed. I need the money.
Well, before I give you my opinion on this, I'm just doing that. It's off the record. This isn't official legal advice because I'm not allowed to do that anymore.
Right.
So if you're thinking I can negotiate the deal or something like that, I really can't.
You know what? This is a bad idea.
What did I say? You wanted legal advice.
Yeah, advice, not a lecture from on high.
Vincent, I don't know how we got to this place.
Oh, gosh, Amy, could it be that when I decide to do what's best for Carol and move away, you find it impossible to trust my judgment? Could that be how we got to this place?
Tell me what you want me to do.
Lie to me. Tell me that you adore my wife and that you think I'm doing the right thing.
I can do that. I mean, if I say it out loud right now, it won't ring true. I want it to ring true.
So now you give me some advice. About the movie.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, sell the rights completely.
Really, and give up all control over the final product.
Yeah, well, you say you want as much money as you can get as soon as possible, so if that's the case, make them pay you top dollar and buy you out completely. No strings attached.
Thanks.
So they really want to make the rabbi into an alien?
No. It's not an alien. It's a walk-in. It's someone who exists in a different time-space continuum, and all ties into the New World Order conspiracy.
What is it with those bubbles anyway?
The truth is, your brother's mentally ill, Mr. Zolvenauer. And the bubbles bring him some kind of inner peace.
He gets that from our mother's side of the family. Nuts. Every single one of them.
Well, unfortunately, he's going to end up in jail.
For blowing bubbles.
He needs a permit.
What country is this? Russia? A man needs a permit to blow bubbles?
In order to get a permit, he needs a permanent address. I was hoping you might be able to help.
Look, Ernie and I never really connected. He probably doesn't even know my name. And to tell you the truth, my wife hated him so much and was so freaked out that his condition might pass on to the kids. I told her that he died.
You told your wife your brother was dead?
He is dead to us in a way. His mental condition may as well be dead.
He really needs a permanent address.
You want me to have the brother who's supposed to be dead come and live with us?
He needs the address.
So what, you want me to lie? You want me to tell the government that he lives with me when he doesn't?
How can I put this? Yes, it's the only way that I can think of to keep him from going to jail.
I don't know. Things are fine right now. Maybe you were in my place, you wouldn't want to mess it all up.
Life is messy, Mr. Zovenar. Why not clean it up when we're able to? Robert, don't you dare run away from me. I want to know how Kenny Kaliski is doing.
I got a call in, Maxine, but he hasn't gotten back to me.
Where is his file?
Aren't you busy with Bubble Man?
Let me see his file, please.
And nothing but a big chicken.
Wait, Maxine. Robert's going with you.
If you're coming, come!
She plays it by the book. Do you understand? By the book.
Mrs. Morlock, we call the type of offenses that Lucian is committing gateway offenses because we know from experience that if not corrected, this type of behavior invariably leads to more serious offenses. He's trying to tell us something. Something is wrong.
My work schedule is very demanding.
Mrs. Morlock, do you want to keep your son?
It's one of my best aspirations.
And how's Lucian physically?
No use dwelling on the negative.
Lucian has cerebral palsy. He has special needs. He's crying out for help, and I have to figure out the best way to get him that help. What do you think, Mr. Van Exel? Are we wasting the court's time with this one?
Mr. Van Exel, please. I'll reprioritize.
I'm willing to give it another go, Your Honor.
Fine. Fine, I'll extend the supervision for another 3 months. But this is your last chance, you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next case.
Mr. Kaliski, remember me?
What do you want?
I'm conducting a spot check on Kenny.
You got a warrant or something?
I don't need one. Do you know Detective Morton from the Hartford Police?
How you doing? Okay, come in.
Where's Mrs. Kaliski?
Out.
Unless I'm mistaken, that's marijuana.
That's not mine. Some people were over last night.
Then you wouldn't mind giving Detective Morton a sample of your urine right now.
Oh, boy. Forget it.
Submitting to drug tests is one of the conditions of reunification with your son.
Says who?
I am demanding on behalf of the Department of Children and Families to see Kenny.
He's with his mother.
Note the fact that Mr. Kaliski refused to provide a urine sample, which means I have the right to search his house.
Maxine,
Look, I told you Kenny's not here. All right, that's bull what she said about drug testing. All right, I am a citizen. There's an intruder in my house. I want you to get her out of here.
Maxine, I think we should just step back here where Mr. Kaliski invited us in.
You heard him, lady.
Why are you blocking that doorway? Is there something you don't want us to see? That's probable cause.
No, look, no, wait.
Detective?
Maxine, how many laws are we breaking here?
Mr. Kaliski, I'm taking your child into emergency protective custody.
The hell you are. This is illegal, and this cop knows it.
Take one more step in this room, and I will pull out my gun and shoot you in the heart. Let me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would 2 years in France with her mother be beneficial or detrimental to Lisa Conrad? France means prosperity, a hike in lifestyle, special schooling, and a host of external benefits. But this is home, with all the intangible qualities that home suggests.
Your Honor, obviously, leaving home would be both good and bad for Lisa, but like yourself, I have a career that I'm committed to, and I don't think that I should have to sacrifice motherhood in order to pursue it. Everyone has to leave home sometime.
Yeah, eventually, Miss Conrad. But Lisa's 11 years old. And what it comes down to is I'm not willing to have one parent take the child away from the other parent. If after 2 years in Paris you decided to stay, Mr. Conrad would have no recourse. So I am denying the motion for modification of the custody order.
Then I'm not going. If I can't go to France with my daughter, then I won't be going at all.
There is even a suspicion of abuse. Thanks. You have to take that as fact, and you can't depend on anyone else to verify it for you. Thank you. You have to take the chance that you might be wrong, and you have to be willing to take the hit if you are wrong.
He could sue us, couldn't he? Or charge me with impersonating a police officer.
I never said you were Detective Morton. I asked if he knew the man. What he assumes is his problem.
You said impersonating what?
Sean, believe me, you don't want to know.
You impersonated a police officer?
Sort of. And I threatened to shoot him.
Okay. Let's get the lawyers in here so we can start discussing some damage control. This is how you lay low? This is how you toe the line? It's not enough that you're splattered all over the newspapers accused of misconduct. No, you've got to bring it in here.
Sean.
And you. I'm gonna have to put you on a desk for a while.
Sean, we just took Kenny Kaliski to the hospital. He'd been badly beaten. He's going to lose his spleen.
Oh.
Robert did exactly the right thing. He handled himself well in an ugly situation, and he put the child first. I'd work with him again. Anytime.
Oh. Well then, carry on.
If you are planning on delivering a lecture, at least let me get a cup of coffee and sit down.
I am so glad you're back.
I transferred all our old home movies onto video, and then I edited it down.
You're gonna love it. It's like the history of hair.
Sounds like there'll be plenty of humiliation for everyone.
Maybe if Uncle Vincent really likes the party, he won't move away.
Oh, honey, that's a nice idea. But Uncle Vincent is moving no matter what. So we have to be happy for him, because it's what he wants. I'm on the bus, all right? I came to my senses.
What happened?
Nothing happened. We had a drink. We talked about a contract. We made peace. The long national nightmare is over.
Well, that's good.
Does this mean we can stop jogging together?
No.
Did you give him the surfing monkey? So you didn't give it to him?
Right here.
In the kitchen.
What's that?
Nothing. Oh, it's supposed to be a surprise. It's you and Carol as Jack and Jackie. I also have versions of you as John and Yoko and Elvis and Priscilla.
Wow.
Are you hungry? I'll fix you a plate.
No, I can't. I just got some bad news.
What?
Carol got a bad lab report. In addition to the tumor, she has carcinoma in situ. It's embryonic abnormal cells that can develop into invasive cancer. So they want to push the surgery up. She has to have a radical mastectomy. So I'm gonna have to leave a lot sooner than I thought.
Of course.
I know that you're planning a surprise party.
Oh,
I'll pay for anything that can't be refunded.
don't be ridiculous, Vincent.
You okay?
Yeah, I'll feel a lot better when I'm with Carol. Party would have been nice.
Vincent, Amy has something she wants to give you.
Oh,
What? What is it?
Ma thinks I should give you the surfing monkey.
That thing? That... I don't believe in it. I don't want it.
See, he doesn't want it.
Don't worry, Mom.
You should have made him take it.
Judge Gray wants to increase your family therapy to twice a week.
That's not gonna work.
It's not an option. In addition, she wants you to meet with a psychologist to determine if individual counseling might help.
A psychologist.
That's right.
So all of a sudden I'm crazy?
Lucian's condition creates a lot of stress and anger.
Anger is nothing but fear. And fear is an illusion caused by ignorance.
Can I see you outside, please? What's wrong with you?
What?
Every time I mention your son's condition, you counter with some lame aphorism.
It's wisdom, Mr. Van Exel. I've been reading books, lots of them, about positive thinking and changing your life.
Self-help books.
I wish you people would read them too. None of you thinks of Lucian as normal, and you're imposing a destructive reality on him.
Your son is not normal. He has cerebral palsy. And that is a real problem that has to be faced in a real way.
You are stuck in an obsolete paradigm. You just don't get it.
Miss Morlock, you're going to have to accept Lucian's limitations if you're going to be any help to him at all.
What do you know about it?
I have a daughter. Rebecca has epilepsy. To me, she's still perfect. But I'll do whatever it takes to help her. Now, those self-help books are for people with issues. You and I, we know real pain, Miss Morlock. We have real problems, don't we?
This is my child. My only child.
I know.
When I'm gone, who's gonna take care of him? Half the time you barely even speak.
I know.
Here you go. You've still got it, Bernie. You're the best bubble man in the business.
It's all in the pH balance.
I talked to your brother.
I got a brother?
He says you can come and live with him.
Forget it.
He says if you don't want to live with him, you can still use his address to get a permit.
I don't know if I can live a lie that way, Maxine.
It's up to you, Bernie. Either take Howard up on his offer, or give me a call when they put you in jail.
Judge Gray,
Bruce,
are you okay?
let me ask you something. Let's just say you had a brother who decided to move to California on a whim, and then his girlfriend got sick, so he married her. And you had this totemic object. It's sort of a talisman that's been handed around the family because of its healing properties.
You need to stop talking now.
Okay. I'm all right. What's up with Lucian Morlock?
I think it's going to work out.
Oh, really? How'd you work that out?
Ms. Morlock, she's been reading these self-help books to deal with Lucian.
Well, good for her. Not good for her?
Judge Gray, in this case, it was preventing her from facing the reality of her son's condition.
Her son has cerebral palsy. It's a pretty stiff reality to avoid.
It's just that she's afraid that if she admits how she feels about it into the world, then she's failing him on some deep level.
I'm not sure I understand that.
With all due respect, Judge Gray, you have to have been there to understand. Rebecca is an epileptic.
Oh. I'm sorry. Did you just find out?
No. I just haven't mentioned it to you before.
Oh, that's all right.
No. I realized today that it isn't all right. That's why I'm telling you now.
Well, I'm honored you chose me to be the first person to tell. I take it as a real sign of trust.
Well, you're welcome.
You told Mrs. Morlock first, didn't you?
You're the first person I told for absolutely no reason.
Hi, dressing rooms?
And so my patient back again is swaying. My patent back is swerving. Thyself thou gavest, thy own worth then not knowing.
A guy out here says he has to see you. His name is Vincent. You're on in 6 minutes.
My God, who are you? Sir Walter Raleigh?
Vincent, I have to go on stage in 6 minutes.
5 minutes.
I have to get on a plane in an hour.
Look, I can't remember my lines. I keep saying sway instead of swerve. I'm going to humiliate myself in public.
Okay, Donna, here's the deal. You don't want to acknowledge that I'm leaving. That's fine. I understand. But I am leaving. So you're going to go home tonight, and the house will be empty, and you're going to think, my God, I never say goodbye. He's going to think that I hate him.
I only have a couple of minutes.
I know that you care about me. So never feel bad, because I know. You don't have to acknowledge it, you don't have to say anything, but we're friends. And I know you know it. And that's enough.
I can't talk about this right now. I have to go on stage.
Places, everyone. Places.
Good evening, and welcome to Sun
rolling.
Every morning you say the same thing.
Mister, somebody here to see you.
Hello. I'm Maxine Gray with the Department of Children and Families. Can you tell me your name?
Hi.
Yes, go ahead.
I am BROGLIO.
That's what she does. She spells. Nonsense words.
Imbroglio. Noun. An intricate or difficult situation, usually in a novel or drama.
You don't say. Well, look. Here's everything she spelled since I got here. Maybe you can figure out who she is.
But aren't you supposed to help me do that?
Me? An unprofessional cop with a lousy vocabulary? That's funny. I'm telling you, when I took him to the hole and dunked on him, I can't mess with him.
You know what? I gotta go. See you later.
No problem.
Good
All
seeing
right,
you.
good seeing you.
Hey.
Who was that?
A friend. Where's your hair?
Where's yours? Answer the question.
We used to be engaged. It didn't work out. What's your real question?
I don't have a real question.
Good.
I mean, if you were a girlfriend, I might ask you if your mystery friend was single, but you're not a girlfriend, so that's not appropriate.
No, it's not.
Why not?
I have 3 rules. I don't lend money, I don't touch lettuce, and I don't fix people up.
You don't touch lettuce?
It's cold, it's wet, it squeaks. I don't have to explain.
You have a lot more than 3 rules.
Those are the top 3.
What about your friend?
He's not available.
I got them from this guy I know. Said they were sleeping pills. I've been having trouble sleeping.
The doctor tells me they were morphine-based painkillers. And you took quite a few.
They were supposed to be sleeping pills.
Why do you think you've been having trouble sleeping?
You feeling better?
I can explain.
I certainly hope so.
You must be Alice Jane's father. I'm Maxine Gray with the Department of Children and Families. Detective Leon, who found her, called me.
I appreciate you sitting with her until I got here. I'm going to find a doctor so I can get you out of here.
Mr. Kovac, perhaps we could talk for a moment.
Like I said, I appreciate you sitting with her until I got here.
Mr. and Mrs. Granson. Separated in June, and the agreement for joint custody mediated by this court is working out fine, correct?
The Gransons both teach at Wesleyan, they live in the same apartment, and they even carpool to work. It's very amicable.
My client wants a cease and desist, Your Honor.
From working things out in an amicable fashion?
From specialists, Your Honor. From all the damned poking and prodding. I want them to leave my little girl alone.
Paul, it's speech pathology. They don't poke and prod.
No? They just invent a disability that they can cure for $300 an hour.
Well, I don't see anything about a disability.
The child was diagnosed by specialists as demonstrating a serious speech delay, Your Honor. She's 26 months old and doesn't speak.
Can we consider the possibility that she just doesn't have anything to say? Einstein didn't speak until he was 4 years old. He did okay without anyone dragging him to see a specialist.
Your Honor, my client is simply trying to follow the advice of 2 developmental pediatricians who have both recommended an intensive course of therapy.
Okay. I'm gonna need some time to look at the doctor's report, so why don't we meet back here tomorrow morning at,
11:15.
11:15. Thank you.
I see you like the green block, Ned.
Does that have any significance?
As opposed to other colors, I mean. Like, say, kids who are advanced for their age choose a certain color.
Ned, is there some reason why you like the green block better than the other colors?
He's usually very talkative. I mean, not too talkative. I should probably mention that he's adopted. Obviously, he's adopted. Except that my husband could be black, but he isn't. Not that it would make any difference if he were. I dated a black man in college. I mean, African American, but he was black when we dated. Just a few times, platonically. Not that there would have been anything wrong if we'd had a serious relationship.
How would you describe Ned's sensory threshold?
Oh, I would say... good. Very good. Maybe even excellent.
So he tolerates a lot of commotion?
Oh, yes. He's very tolerant. He loves commotion. A certain kind of commotion. The kind that you have here.
How is Ned with separation?
Oh, he's very good about it. I mean, that's not to say that we're not bonded. We are very bonded. Within the normal bonding boundaries. We also separate well.
Your Honor, Mrs. Mattingly was observed on several occasions breastfeeding her son in public. Complaints were filed, the police were called, and the child was placed in DCF custody.
Wait a minute. Since when is breastfeeding in public a crime?
Did I fail to mention that the child in question is 6 years old?
We're talking about a normal 6-year-old?
As normal as a 6-year-old can be when his mother is still breastfeeding him.
Your Honor, the benefits of breastfeeding have been proven beyond debate, including protection against allergies.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're not going to start back in the primordial ooze. The question before this court is the appropriateness of breastfeeding a 6-year-old.
We think Your Honor will agree with the state that this is just a little too happy of a meal. I'm sorry.
I guess Mr. Harcourt thinks this is a joke, Your Honor. I guess he'll think it's funny when the child's immune system is destroyed, or he ends up in a nut house after being ripped from his mother's breasts by men with guns.
Oh, okay. Let's tone down the rhetoric, shall we?
As Your Honor's no doubt aware, children in other countries are routinely breastfed until they're at least 3 years old, and often well beyond that.
As Your Honor is no doubt aware, if I had a 6-year-old sucking on some portion of my anatomy and called it a bonding experience, I'd be arrested.
Your Honor!
Counsel, approach the bench. Mr. Harcourt, you are going to be arrested right now if you don't knock it off. What is your problem?
Your Honor, my desk is piled up like Who Shot Dick with cases that'll rip your guts out. Frankly, I never thought this one would go to trial, so I'm just a little impatient to get to the point where you tell her this is nonsense and we move on to something that matters.
You save it. I am the only one in a position to decide what goes on my docket and what pace we go at, Mr. Harcourt. And it just so happens I'm not in a lovely mood today. So both of you better start acting like professionals because it would not take much for me to start throwing people's butts in jail. You got it? Good. Sit down.
Can we talk about this word, normal? I mean, we have this narrow range of behavior that we define as normal, and once a kid steps outside of that range, we medicate her, or we drag her to therapists, and they invent a disability.
So you don't consider it a problem that your daughter doesn't speak?
Gerard de Nerval, the great French poet, used to walk a lobster around Paris on a leash. Was that normal?
Nerval hung himself from a lamppost.
That's beside the point.
No. That is the point. Abnormal behavior is a sign that something is wrong.
We used to have room in society for eccentricity, for idiosyncrasy. Now we all have to be the same. We all line up for coffee like Pavlov's dogs every time we see a green awning. It's ridiculous.
And what does this have to do with your daughter's problem?
I want Nicole to be able to develop at her own pace. Maybe she just doesn't have anything to say yet. Your Honor, once my child is labeled abnormal, that's going to be with her for life.
Deliquesce. Verb. To melt away or disappear as if by melting.
Deliquesce. D E L E Q U E S C E.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Thank you, Ms. Magnuson. Now, Ms. Alice Jane Kovac. The word is exegesis. Noun. A critical explanation of a text.
Exegesis. E-X-E. G-E-S-I-S. Exegesis.
That is correct.
Can we find a new ethnicity of fast food? I'm about chow mein out.
How is he unavailable?
What?
Your friend.
Larry?
Larry. Married, gay, seeing a 22-year-old?
I thought you were seeing someone.
Didn't work out.
Married, gay, or Stu Collins?
Is it impossible to keep a secret from you?
Yes.
Well, I can explain.
Please don't.
I'm not going to hear you talk garbage about Stu Collins while you're holding out on me with a good-looking friend. Just tell me what his deal is.
His deal is his business. And I told you,
No, you don't touch lettuce. Fine, forget it. Excuse me for taking the initiative. I'm cranky. Okay, I admit it. I don't have a boyfriend. My brother moved away. It would be nice to have a little diversion, but that's okay. I'll just get fat and get a lot of cats.
Tell you what, I'm having dinner with him tonight. Why don't you join us?
What about your rule?
It might be a good time to make an exception.
Sister Kovac, Maxine Gray. We met at the hospital. I did my homework and discovered that Alice Jane is a spelling champion. I thought I'd come and see her in action. You were very impressive. You must be feeling a lot better.
Get in the car. What do you want?
I want to make sure your daughter's all right. In fact, I would like to come by your home for a follow-up visit.
She's fine. She doesn't need a visit.
Are you aware that when she was delusional in the hospital, all she did was spell words?
Lady, my daughter's fine. Leave her alone.
Children who are fine do not swallow handfuls of narcotics, nor do they look as if they're about to pass out because they're not sure how to spell the word exegesis. In my personal experience. Perhaps I could follow you to your home.
No, you may not.
I'm unclear as to how the tree destroyed the TV without hurting the roof. Did the tree come in through the window? Or was it one hell of a house plan? I'm gonna have to call you back. Jillian, what's wrong?
Those cowards. They didn't even call me. They sent a fax.
You didn't get in. Did they say why?
Too many kids, not enough space, blah, blah, blah.
Well, honey, we knew the odds going in.
Yes, they said they would take 12. Well, I want to see those 12. I want to know what makes them better than Ned.
Look, it's not the end of the world.
I want to know if they were all just whiter than Ned.
Thank you.
Ah, yes, the delightful Mr. Kovac.
You know Mr. Kovac?
Who do you think wrote War and Peace? I've been dealing with him forever.
Well, can you save me some time and give me the highlights?
Sure. He's a nut.
What do you know about his daughters?
Well, he yanked him out of school a few years back to do the homeschooling thing. Now all three of them are nationally ranked spelling bee champs. So he must be doing something right.
Perhaps. If you judge by spelling bee trophies. The girls didn't look very happy. Is there a Mrs. Kovac?
She disappeared when the girls were young. Claims she ran off. It might have been her only option.
Did I mention that the girls didn't look very happy?
Did I mention I've already been around the block on this one? I've talked to teachers, I've talked to school nurses, I've talked to neighbors. The guy's a loon, but he never does anything you can pin on him. You're wasting your time.
So you don't think it's crazy that your wife is still breastfeeding your 6-year-old son?
Objection.
Sustained. Counsel rephrase.
You don't have a problem with it?
It's unusual, but I wouldn't say crazy.
Do you approve of it?
Tell them about the child-led weaning.
Mrs. Mattingly, you'll have your turn.
My wife believes in child-led weaning.
What does that mean?
It means that the child will let you know when he doesn't want to breastfeed anymore.
Mrs. Mattingly, sit down and don't speak again until I tell you it's okay.
Well, what happens when Junior is 18 and he still thinks it's a great idea?
I don't know.
Your Honor, that is just a silly question.
Counsel, where's the child?
Well,
We saw no need to subject him to this, Your Honor.
Well, I do. What time will they have the child here tomorrow, Mr. Van Exel?
10:30.
Good. I'll see everyone at 10:30 in my chambers. No one speak until then. Hey there. Andrew, do you know why you're here today?
If I talk to you, the police might let me go home and live with my mom again.
And do you know why the police took you away from home?
They wanted my mom to stop feeding me, and she wouldn't.
Right. Well, some people are concerned about the way that she's feeding you. When you're at school, what do you eat for lunch?
My mom packs me a sandwich and some milk in a thermos.
Breast milk?
It's the only kind I like.
Andrew, do you have any other friends whose mothers still breastfeed them?
No,
Do they tease you?
sometimes.
How does that make you feel? Hey, Andrew, I really need to know. How do you feel about your mom breastfeeding you?
My mom says it's her favorite time of day.
What about you? Is it your favorite time of day?
No, I like recess.
As you saw in the reports, the doctors have ruled out autism, cerebral palsy, hearing problems, and they say she shows no sign of retardation.
And what does that leave?
A developmental language disorder which could be corrected with speech therapy.
Didn't the doctors mention another possibility?
Elective mutism.
Which means the child chooses not to speak even though there is nothing wrong.
Yes, they say that's possible.
Well, isn't there some way for the doctors to determine the differences between the two possible conditions?
No, they say there's no way to tell at this age, but the therapy might help. I don't see how it could hurt. I used to agree with Paul. I used to think that giving my child a conventional life would be the worst thing that I could do for her. But that was when I was pregnant, and the child that we're talking about was hypothetical. Now I can look at my daughter's face, and I see her pain and frustration. I just want her to be able to go to preschool and finger paint with the other kids her age. How can that be a bad thing for me to want?
Okay, we're here.
No, don't be obvious. In fact, it wouldn't hurt if you said that you'd asked me to come along, because this isn't a restaurant, it's a church.
Yes, it is.
Why are we here?
This is where Larry and I are having dinner. It's a potluck thank you dinner for the people that volunteer hours for the food bank.
Well, why didn't you tell me it was a church thing?
You didn't ask.
Oh, no, you do this on purpose. You thought I would like him if I knew he was a church friend. Well, look, just because I don't go to church doesn't mean I'm a godless heathen.
Hey, Bruce!
Hey.
I got your message. It's nice to see you again. So you must be Judge Gray.
Amy Gray, meet Larry Montoya.
It's nice to finally meet you. I've been hearing about you for a long time.
Oh, really?
Father Larry? Excuse me, I have to go pretend to care about the liturgical committee. I'll be back.
You think you're cute, don't you?
I am cute. Here you go. We're on the setup committee, so set up.
Now, I know you all think I'm Ebenezer Scrooge's stingier cousin, but I want you to look at these numbers. $375 last month on legal pads. Everybody thinks a legal pad's no big deal, but if everybody takes one legal pad home, then what have we got?
Illegal pads.
See, this isn't funny.
The problem is that certain people have a key to the supply cabinet and others don't, but we all get blamed. Either everyone should have a key or no one should have a key.
Does it trouble no one that our desks are piled high with child abuse allegations we don't have time to verify because we are fretting about legal pads and paper clips?
Paper clips. Glad you reminded me. Does anyone have any idea what a case of paper clips goes for? Huh? And we all get upset when we hear about now it says $2,000 potty seats, but it's just a different form of what goes on here. This is government waste, plain and simple. Maxine, you've not been excused.
Alice Jane?
Please don't make me go back there.
All parties are present in the matter of Andrew Mattingly. This is not complicated, folks. Mrs. Mattingly is forcing the family to go along with a practice that clearly makes them uncomfortable. It's one of those cases where the craziest person in the room runs the room because everybody else is walking around on eggshells.
Can a judge call me crazy like that?
I can't really believe it's necessary for me to put on a black robe and sit behind a big desk to say it's a bad idea to breastfeed a 6-year-old boy, but for some reason it is, so here goes. It's a bad idea to breastfeed a 6-year-old boy in America in the year 2001. Now, I don't care what anyone does in other countries or what anybody did 100 years ago because I don't live there and neither do you. Any questions? Good. We're dismissed.
I don't think she's allowed to call me crazy.
Yes, actually, she is. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We cannot send her back to that man.
I told you, I've been through the ringer with this guy. There's nothing we can point to. Making your child learn how to spell every word in the dictionary is not illegal. Making her wear gray flannel is not illegal.
It's psychological abuse.
But it's not illegal. Maxine, this is just one of those bad cases where there isn't anything we can do. It's not our fault.
Well, that'll be a big consolation the next time Alice Jane swallows a fistful of pills.
I left the message on Mr. Kovac's answering machine and told him Alice Jane was here.
Why didn't you just drive her home so that he can start to abuse her again even sooner?
Thank you, Robert.
Well, forgive me if I'm not ready to run my panties up the flagpole just yet.
Look, if you can find a legal way to keep her, I am all for it. I just don't see it.
Okay, in the matter of...
Before you speak.
I'm already speaking. In the matter of Nicole Granson, you... Sit down, Mr. Granson. Look, when I'm not here being a judge, I'm at home being a mother. So I have a pretty good idea of how these things work. I know what it's like to have to separate in your mind and in reality the hypothetical child you envisioned before she was born from the reality of who she is. Now, no one likes to admit that there may be something wrong with their child, especially not in this situation with the two of you being academicians with very high intellectual ambitions. The way I see it, Mr. Granson is not ready to give up the way he'd envisioned raising a child, and that's understandable. I mean, we all have dreams for our children. And dreams die hard, and when they do, it hurts. Mr. Granson, you had a vision of the future, and you're still there. It's a dangerous place to be, so I have to bring you back. The reality is that your child is having a hard time, and it's my job to make things a little easier for her, and by extension, for you. So I order that you continue the therapy for 3 months, and then we'll take a look and see where things stand. That's all.
Now may I speak?
If you want to. I don't believe you called me. I mean, what am I supposed to call him? I'm not Catholic. Do I have to call him? Oh, hi, hold on a minute.
Hey, this is Bruce. Judge Gray's returning your call. Okay.
Hi. Yeah, well, I got your message, so I thought. Oh, really? Yeah, that would be nice. Today. Sure, yeah, I could juggle some things, but I could do that. Okay, I'll see you there at 1. Bye. He asked me to lunch. Why?
He asked you to lunch because he's hungry, and he doesn't want to eat alone.
Why me?
I have no idea.
So it's not like flirting.
No, it's not like flirting.
Because priests don't flirt.
Not if they like their jobs.
So, priests, we're talking nada. Not even heavy petting. Light petting.
Do I look like I want to have this conversation with you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they changed the fish on Friday thing.
This is not like the fish thing.
Bruce, I don't want to have lunch with a priest.
Come with me! I was hoping you could give me some insight as to why Ned wasn't accepted.
Well, Mrs. Gray, as I explained to you, we had a record number of applicants, and unfortunately...
I know. You could only take 12. I just wanted to know who the 12 were and what made them better than my son.
It's really not that simple.
Mrs. Livingston, I'm going to have to try and get Ned into another school, and if he's doing something to hurt his chances, I need to know what it is.
Well, to be perfectly frank, there's nothing wrong with Ned. He's a delightful child, and we'd love to have him at our school.
You would?
He's bright and alert, and obviously he'd help with our minority quota. The problem is, we're very big on parental involvement here.
Oh, I would absolutely be involved.
Yes, well, the problem is, I feel that you're a little too high-strung. I'm not sure you'd fit in here.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I can be calm. I can be low key. Maybe I just need different circumstances. I could lay off the caffeine on days that I had to do school things. I swear. If you let him in, I will be any way that you want me to be. Especially calm.
I'm sorry. We've already made our decision.
There you are.
I like your shirt. It's good they don't make you wear the uniform all the time. I mean, the priest shirt. What do I mean?
The clerics.
Right. You know what? I'm turning myself into an idiot, so you should just tell me why we're having lunch.
Because you're a judge.
Oh, good.
So, you know there's a chaplain who counsels kids in juvenile detention. More specifically at Long Lane.
Father Matheson?
Right. And he's retiring, and I'd like to replace him. So I thought if I could convince you over lunch that I am a decent guy in a nice shirt, you might recommend me.
Sure. Why would you want that job?
Why do you want yours?
Some days I don't. But I mean, you already have a hell of a day job. I don't mean to trivialize hell.
I'm a workaholic, okay? I don't want to spend my nights dining with parishioners, going to boring committee meetings, and God forbid, watching Friends reruns while contemplating another 30 or 40 years of celibacy. And frankly, I think I'd be good at it. That's the truest answer I can give you.
Okay. I like that answer.
And since I'm in a confessional mood, no pun intended, I had another reason for asking you to lunch.
Really?
I hope this doesn't sound too, forward. But Bruce mentioned you've been going through a rough time with your brother moving and your best friend dying last year. I thought you could use someone to talk to.
Look, I don't know what Bruce told you, but I'm pretty committed about being confused about religion.
No, I respect that. I really was just talking about, you know, talking. You say something, I listen.
And why would you want to do that?
Because I'm good at it.
Well, I appreciate your concern, but I'm really fine.
Alice Jane, here's my card in case you ever need anything.
Sorry for the trouble. It won't happen again.
Alice Jane. Just one more thing. I just want to be sure you understand something. Running away from home is not a minor thing. We take it very seriously when children run away from home.
Don't you worry. She's going to take it seriously.
In fact, if you do it again, we are going to be forced to declare you an habitual runaway. That has grave consequences. We'd have to take you away and place you in a foster home. Do you understand? Going home then.
Jillian. What's wrong? Where are Mom and Lauren?
They went to the store to get some notebook paper for Lauren's homework.
Well, why are you here? And crying?
Because I can't go home and face Ned and Peter. I've let them down.
What are you talking about?
He didn't get into Stoppard. I thought that maybe it was like a racial thing. But I guess somehow in the interview I gave the impression of being high-strung. And they don't feel that I'll fit in with the other parents. I told the woman that I could be calm, but she wouldn't listen, and by the time I left, I was very not calm.
Well, there are other schools.
Stoppard is the best.
So he'll go to second best.
You don't understand. He's adopted. It's not like that ever slips my mind. I'm raising someone else's child because I thought I could give him a better life. That was my promise, Amy. My promise. And I've already broken it.
Jillian, look. This perfect life that you're trying to provide, I had it. I went to all the best schools. I had all the advantages, and look at me. My life is a mess.
No, you're just saying that.
No, Jillian, my life is a mess. Yeah, I have a great job, but it's not always rewarding. Sometimes it's downright silly. I'm divorced. I can't seem to hold on to a boyfriend for more than 3 weeks. My little brother moved away, so I have no one to complain to. You can't control life. It's like water seeking its own level. Life wants to be a mess. Don't ask me why.
I just love him so much.
I know. And that's why it's impossible for you to ruin his life.
Oh, God. Look what time it is. I told the sitter she could leave a half hour ago. Thank you, Amy. If I forget all this, will you tell it to me again?
Whenever you want.
Hello, when you call me back, will you tell me what I'm supposed to call you? This is Judge Gray. You can call me Amy. I guess I'm having second thoughts, about that talking thing. You know, I talk, somebody listens, I magically feel better. Especially that last part.
up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime. Briscoe and Logan try to prove an unethical doctor guilty of murder. Don't miss the drama of Law and Order. Next.
I cleared your morning for the sentencing of the psycho yak killer.
You need an entire morning for that?
Just in case.
In case what?
Judge Gray, I think you've forgotten that Donna will be taking care of your docket today.
No, I didn't forget.
Good, because I have the probation violation.
I know, because I didn't forget it. Can't somebody else do it?
Care for your docket, or I'll do the probation thing?
Oh, you're getting all precise and reasonable on me, aren't you? So that I don't freak.
Why would you freak?
Judge Gray! I'm all set to be acting CSO. I've already interfaced extensively with Bruce.
Extensively is right.
And I've taken the liberty of making this color-coded schedule so as to keep things running as smoothly as baby oil on brass, which is, very smooth.
I have the utmost confidence. Bye.
Chop, chop. Judge Gray, if you want to chop, chop, of course.
Morning, Lewis.
Lonnie, it's the heat.
I am not the heat. What is that?
It doesn't hurt.
Maxine, morning. Who is it this time?
Duncan.
Duncan! What did he do?
The school nurse gave us a call.
Come on in, if you dare. Come on in. I'm pretty sure I haven't beaten Duncan recently, but you don't have to take my word for it. Duncan! Don't make me count!
Apparently he has some kind of a nasty burn on his arm.
What's up?
The school nurse narked you.
I told her it was just a rope burn.
You told her what was just a rope burn? That doesn't look like a rope burn to me.
It doesn't hurt.
What the hell is that? Is that some kind of new way to take drugs or something?
I don't take drugs no more.
Perhaps Mrs. Gage knows.
She had a family emergency in Arizona. We're sort of batching it this week.
Lonnie, I need to see another of your boys.
Christopher! Front and center!
You don't have to call Christopher.
Hey, roll up your sleeve.
Why?
Don't make me count, okay? Five. 4. You don't want me to go lower than 4. 3.
Look, it's just a rope burn.
Lonnie, I'm going to have to ask that you bring all of your foster children into DCF.
Let's go.
Your Honor, I am Ben Leonard, filing my appearance in lieu of the public defender on behalf of Mike Gamble.
Well, good morning, Mr. Leonard. Why would anyone change representation just for a routine sentencing hearing?
Your Honor, the public defender let me read the transcripts. I'm up to speed and ready to serve my client.
Does this meet with your approval, Mr. Amble?
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor. Proper respect.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'm Chief Attorney for the Sachinif Tribal Council. Mike Gamble is a member of the Sachinif Nation. We would have represented him during the trial, but only became aware of his existence yesterday.
Whoa. Excuse me, are you trying to tell me this boy is a Sachinif Indian?
Yes, Your Honor. Despite the temptation to profile racially, Mike Gamble was born to a Sachinif father and Caucasian mother on the reservation. His mother died shortly after his birth. His father left the reserve, committed a series of petty drug-related crimes, and died in jail. This is all a matter of public record. As a result, Mike Gamble entered the foster system and became lost to us until yesterday.
And who are these gentlemen?
They are elders. According to Sachinov tradition, they are considered immediate members of the family and have the right to be here in this courtroom.
Well, I decide who has the right to be present in this courtroom, Mr. Leonard. Well, Miss Bonham, does the state have any objections to the court taking under consideration the claim that Mike Gamble is a Sachinov Indian?
Why would we? The boy has already been tried and found guilty.
Good, I'll take that as no objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm ready to proceed so that this court is in no way inconvenienced.
That's very thoughtful of you, Mr. Leonard, but you know as well as I do that it's going to take me a few minutes to go over this documentation. So, Miss Kozlowski pants. I'm going to need a little time.
Oh, man. It's gonna mess everything up large. Duncan, come in here, please. Close the door. My first concern is to find out if your foster parents are mistreating you in any way.
No way, Lonnie's the bomb.
Then who is doing this to you?
It's just a rope burn.
That particular lie is not working for you anymore, Duncan, so either make up something new or tell me the truth. I guess total silence would be a third alternative. You know I'm just going to work my way through all of you until I find the truth.
Nobody's gonna say nothing.
Even if I remove you from Lonnie's house?
Look, there's a Chester up there talking to Lewis.
Excuse me, may I help you? Unless you're a doctor, take your hands off that child.
Does 4 years of medical school count?
Kyle!
Oh, thank God you're not insane.
Well, why would I be?
Because I spent most of my youth trying to make you that way.
Come here, please. Oh, he's my nephew.
I see you're busy. Maybe we can connect later.
No, don't go away.
You have obligations.
Well, they still let me have lunch every once in a while. You want to come back in about 20 minutes?
Sure.
No, really, Kyle, I do want to have lunch with you.
What, you think I'm just gonna vanish?
It's happened before.
I will see you at lunch, Aunt Max. Whatever she wants, just give it to her. That's my philosophy.
My nephew.
The court is satisfied, technically and legally, that Mike Gamble is a member of the Sachinov band.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So let's proceed to sentencing recommendations.
Thank you, Your Honor. It has been established in this court that in the extreme early hours of October 3rd of this year, Mike Gamble did break into Sportsman's Supply and steal a lever-action Marlin Model .336 hunting rifle and a single box of .30-30 ammunition, after which he hitchhiked 50 miles to Bridgeport, climbed a wall into the service yard of the Beardsley Zoo, and proceeded to the yak enclosure where he shot an 18-year-old male yak, fondly known as Zach, 16 times.
He was really strong.
I will also remind Your Honor of the testimony given by psychiatrist Dr. Susan Barron, stating that in her professional opinion, such an action not only indicates severe mental dysfunction, but is also a harbinger of extreme violence, especially in a case of someone like Mike Gamble, who has been repeatedly both physically and sexually abused in the course of his life. The state asks that Mike Gamble be placed on a high-security ward at Riverside Psychiatric Hospital. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Leonard?
Your Honor, we request that you turn Mike Gamble over to the Sachinov tribal elders.
Mr. Leonard, you're asking that I simply let him go?
Why did I bother with such a long argument?
Judge Gray?
No, Judge Gray, not at all. I'm requesting that you give him to us so that he can face a sentencing circle.
A what?
Judge Gray?
What is it, Miss Kozlowski Pant?
We're gonna have to reconvene later.
Why?
Sorry. Bruce, where are you? Does your father know you're in Hartford?
My father doesn't know and doesn't care.
Oh, I can't believe that. Despite our differences, I've never disputed the fact that Richard always puts his children first.
Oh, he still puts Susie first. She's a periodontist in New York, has 3 kids, comes to dinner every Sunday with her husband.
I'd like to meet him.
No, you wouldn't. He's a horse's ass, but we all pretend he isn't.
I was always fond of Susie. But face it, Kyle, you are your father's favorite, and I can't believe that's changed.
It has. Besides, and don't take this the wrong way, but you really don't know what my father thinks anymore. You haven't spoken to him for 12 years, and a lot can happen in that time.
I had very good reasons.
I'm not saying you didn't. If anyone understands fighting with my father, it's me. Believe me, I get it.
Are you all right?
He's fine.
Did that happen to you in lockup?
No. That's the reason he went into lockup. Conditions of his probation: no fighting, no association with known gang members. He did both. He also put 2 boys in the hospital, stomped one boy's teeth out. I gave this kid chances in the past, and that's the way he repays me. Your judge put him in the diversionary program. Didn't work out.
Can I hear what happened first?
Go ahead. Tell him.
I got nothing to say.
He's got nothing to say.
Well, I tell you what. I want that cheek looked at. And I want Samuel cleaned up, make sure he's all right. And I want to see you again.
You're making a kind of a big deal of this, aren't you? It's not a complicated situation.
No, it's not complicated at all. I'd like Samuel to get his cheek looked at before we proceed.
Come on.
So what happened?
Gertrude Stein said we don't become better or worse with age, we just become more of ourselves. He's who he always was, multiplied by 12.
Yes, that's, very erudite, Kyle, but I wasn't asking about Richard or Gertrude Stein. What happened to you?
I let myself down. And Dad. I did some stupid things, and now I'm paying for them.
The last I heard, you were following in his footsteps in medical school.
Yeah. Well, his footsteps got a little too difficult for me to follow. I got kicked out of med school.
Why?
Dilaudid. It's a first cousin of heroin, but Dilaudid is found in hospitals mostly, not in back alleys. Morphine is another close personal friend, but it started to bore me. Understand?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Even if your father is a rich neurosurgeon and a check-writing alumnus of that school, they still tend to kick you out for that particular offense.
Yes, they do.
And like the rest of the dirt-sucking drug addicts, the court orders you to go to rehab. You go for 3 months, and if you're clean and still sane, they thrust you back into the world with a probation officer and the threat of prison hanging over your head. That's where I am now. So like any person of that ilk, I'm looking for work and a place to live.
Where are you living now?
In a hotel in Hartford.
And what about work?
Still looking. Which is why I showed up at your office.
You want me to give you a job?
Want, yes. Expect, no.
Why social work?
Because the court likes that. In fact, the court has ordered me to put in several volunteer hours in places like yours. My drastically reduced dream is that I can do that and get paid for it. Kill a whole flock of birds with one stone. If the answer is grow the hell up, I'll accept that. Either way, it's just good to see you.
It's good to see you, too.
Welcome back.
Judge Gray, it's not their turn.
Well, they were interrupted this morning, so I wedged them in.
You wedged? On my docket?
No, on my docket. Mr. Leonard, when last we met, you suggested that I simply let your client go.
The Sachinif Tribal Council would like to subject Mike Amble to their own justice.
The sentencing circle.
Your Honor is familiar with the concept.
Oh, what? When a Superior Court justice finds a status Indian guilty of a charge, he has the option of turning the case over to the traditional justice system, the sentencing circle.
I have shown the court that Mike Amble is a full member of the Sachinab band.
Well, Mr. Leonard, I'm also aware that the sentencing circle only applies on offenses committed actually on the reserve, and that's not the case here.
Correct, Your Honor, but it is still under your power.
I don't mean to seem like a yahoo here, but how do we know that they will do anything to him at all?
Oh, we don't, Miss Bonham.
Then I must protest. The Sachinifs have no secure mental health facilities or detention centers of any kind. Mike Amble is a menace.
It is our contention that in the absence of a father figure or tribal elders, he was attempting to complete his own passage into manhood.
By going to the zoo and killing a yak?
We're not saying that he wasn't misguided.
It's the state's contention that he's a budding serial killer.
They don't understand us. You have never understood us.
The state has...
It's their turn, Judge Gray.
I guess we'll reconvene tomorrow. What's next?
Okay, nobody laugh. I know that prophetic powers scare people, so I say this with a degree of caution. I always knew Amy was destined for greatness.
Well, I'm not great, Kyle, but thanks for the offhanded compliment.
No, I always knew you'd do something big.
It's amazing you managed to glean that information, considering all I did was babysit for you.
Hey, I babysat too.
No, Peter, you pretended to babysit. Amy was really in charge, and I lied to you. You were just a paper tiger.
Well, now you tell me.
Well, you can handle it now, dear.
You used to read our fortunes with tarot cards.
Newsflash, Kyle. I made all that up.
Well, even so, you told Vincent he would travel to distant lands, and you told me that I would stick close to home.
I guess I got it wrong with you.
Last time I checked, Hartford was pretty close to Manhattan.
This is delicious asparagus, Maxine. What did you do to it?
I steamed it, Jillian, and added Parmesan and butter.
That must be it. I hate asparagus out of a can.
Now, why would asparagus ever be in a can?
Are you sure I don't remember Kyle from when he was little?
No, you don't. You don't, sweetie. Kyle was 20 years old when you were born. Same age as Uncle Vincent.
It's nice to marry into a large family. I have a couple of sisters, but I always wished I had a brother. Now I have brothers and cousins I never even knew about.
You don't have any brothers you don't know about?
Okay, well, cousins.
I feel like I remember Kyle.
You don't, sweetheart.
But that doesn't mean we can't get to know each other now, Lauren.
No offense, Kyle, but I really get to say who my daughter will get to know.
Fair enough.
I don't understand your confusion. He hung with his homies. He got into a fight. That's 2 violations.
What I'm missing, Mr. Smeltzer, is an explanation.
They always got explanations. Don't mean a thing.
You still a member of a gang?
As far as they're concerned.
I'm interested in your opinion.
My opinion means dick.
The boys you fought, they're from your gang? Why were you with them?
I mean, how long is this going to take?
Mr. Smeltzer, why don't you go get yourself a cup of coffee?
I got a right to be here.
It'll go a lot quicker if you grab a coffee.
I got my pager.
So, yesterday you were wearing a band uniform. So unless that's a new gang look I don't know about, you play an instrument.
Trumpet.
I don't know too many gangbangers that play trumpet in a marching band. So where's your horn?
It's busted.
Over somebody's head? Your PO wants to put you back in jail.
So? Let him. Who cares? I done my bit before. I can do it again.
You've been doing really well, Samuel. 8 months. Kept your nose clean. Stayed away from your boys. Did whatever it took. If I can, I'd like to keep this little setback from getting back in Judge Gray's courtroom.
Look, what I gotta say is, I like the horn. I like that horn a lot. And they're all, what's up, cuz? And I'm on the P, get away from me. They all flossing up in my face. It's a gang. You know what I'm saying?
They busted your horn.
Pissed me off. I mishandled my temper, so put me in jail. That's how it goes.
I'm not saying that I think you're wrong. I'm just saying that Lonnie and Mara Gage are model foster parents. We give them our most difficult kids. Mara is studying to be a social worker, and I'd hire her in a flash.
I agree.
You do?
Yes, but I can't just walk away from the signs. Physical injury, the code of silence among the abused.
What do you want to do?
I was hoping you would decide.
Well, I'm flattered that you value my opinion. And after going over the options and considering the alternatives, can I say I don't know?
Yes, but you might be disappointed in yourself. And you may even feel that you work for me instead of vice versa.
Oh. Here's what I want you to do. Find out what happened, but don't let it be that Lonnie's abusing those kids. Find out something that neither of us in all our wisdom has thought of. Can you do that, Maxine?
For you, Sean, anything.
Thank you.
What's going on? Did someone declare a family emergency and forget to invite me?
Hey, you're invited. We were waiting for you.
Then there is a family emergency.
No, it's not an emergency. It's just a meeting.
May I make myself a cup of tea before I hear the nature of it?
It might be hard for you to hear.
Well, anything other than the spring fashion lineup will be hard for me to hear.
Well, we don't like Kyle.
Who's we?
Me, Peter, Jillian.
Is this true?
Well, maybe like is too strong a word.
We don't trust him.
You don't trust him, Jillian?
We don't.
All right. Why don't we like Kyle?
Aside from the fact that he uses his charm for evil?
Yes, aside from that.
Mom, I know Kyle even better than you do. And frankly, it just seems you and I have different criteria for judging his character.
Thank God.
Well, you're the one that asked us not to communicate with Uncle Richard and his family. I didn't know why, but for my own reasons, I agreed.
That was 12 years ago.
And why is it different now? I just need an explanation.
No.
Why not?
Because I said so.
That's what you say to children.
What's your point?
If I'm going to live here and pay rent, then I deserve to have a say.
You do have a say, Amy. You just don't have the last word. I do.
Well, what about the other family members?
What about them?
They're worried. They're confused. We owe them an explanation.
I would venture to say that you are worried, Amy, and you're even scared. And you've taken that fear like a cookie and broken off little pieces and shared them with Peter and Jillian.
That's not true.
All right, did you come here of your own accord, or did Amy call a family meeting?
Well, sure, Amy called it, but I...
That's all I wanted to know.
So this is just a problem of my own making.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know who you are anymore.
Well, that's not the end of the world.
Hey, Max.
You seem surprised.
I just ordered room service. I was going to be surprised if they'd arrived so fast.
May I come in? When you said hotel, I guess I pictured something a little more humble.
Oh, it's humble. Believe me. The service is terrible.
I suppose I was thinking, less expensive then. You said you were broke.
Well, I still have my father's credit card
Why?
because he hasn't canceled it yet.
Does he know that you're still charging on it?
No, he must know. When he decides that I've had enough, he'll cancel it. Max, you okay?
No, Kyle, I'm not. I was under the impression that you were no longer communicating with your father.
I'm not.
Allowing him to pick up the bill for you is a form of communication.
I'm sure he'll cut me off any day now. I'm just trying to stay ahead of the curve.
When you hit the curve, call me.
Hey, Max. What are you trying to tell me?
I am trying to tell you, if you don't understand how your father's money and his willingness to give it to you somehow relates to your landing in rehab, then no, I can't explain it to you. You tell me you want to do better. You want to be better. You cannot do and be better until you let go of the illusion that you are in possession of anything except a sincere desire to move on. When you realize that, I can help you. Not before.
I do need your help. I've been through hell and I have to find a way out.
No, Kyle. You've been through purgatory, maybe. Hell is you're a child with cigarette burns on your genitals because your mother never wanted you. Hell is simply not a five-star hotel.
It's not my fault. I don't know what hell looks like. I know I'm not good at asking for help. But it's not going to stop me from asking. All I'm saying, Aunt Max, is can you help me?
Every day I see abused children who have forgotten how decent people live. Or they never knew. And I want to say to them, let me take you home. I'll show you what decency looks like. I'll remind you, or I'll teach you for the first time. But I can't do that. At work, I have to put them back into the system and trust it. With my own flesh and blood. It's different.
So what are the conditions? In rehab, they taught us all about conditions.
No financial help from your father. You pull your weight, you pay rent.
All right.
And you abide by my rules.
Do you have a lot of them?
Oh, my, yes.
Okay.
And you help out around the house.
I don't have many skills. But I can diagnose minor illnesses. I was only months away from residency.
Well, that may come in handy. You know that child that you were looking at when you found me at DCF?
The one with the infected abrasion?
Is that what it is?
It's an abrasion. Not a bad one.
Not a burn.
It's more like an Indian burn. But that's what we called it in the old days. We also called it a suck test.
A suck test.
Yes, one kid rubs another kid's arm until he says stop. When you say stop, you're a suck. A weenie.
I see.
Yeah. We also played chicken on the railroad tracks. Boys are not the smarter of the species.
Room service.
Mike Amble got took from us when he was young. We wasn't allowed to finish making him before his father stole him away to the world.
So you don't dispute Mike's guilt?
No. The boy stole the gun, killed somebody's pet. He should be punished.
How?
Sentencing circle decides.
Thank you, Mr. Wheeler. You may take your seat.
One more thing. The abuse on the boy, that was done by the white world.
If there wasn't a social worker here right now, I'd call you a bunch of idiotic, brain-dead morons.
Lonnie, I am here.
Yeah. You know, it is one thing to prove bravery by marking yourself, stupid as that is, but to do it and keep it a secret in a manner which reflects badly on me?
Lonnie.
All right, yes, all right. It's gotta stop, fellas. Right now. Because Maxine's ready to take you to an even worse home, with an even earlier bedtime and stricter rules about computer games. You got it? Hey, you got it?
Yes.
If my wife comes home and you boys aren't still here, she's gonna be unhappy. And if Mama ain't happy,
Ain't nobody happy.
that's right.
How long before Mrs. Gage comes home?
Day after tomorrow.
Thank goodness, because I'm fairly sure that with a woman in the house, this sort of thing wouldn't go on.
Yeah. Christopher's the bravest? Little Christopher, who has to sleep with the lights on, for God's sakes. You're the toughest. He's the toughest. Christopher.
Lonnie.
Right, no, you're right, I'm in...
Your Honor, the state should know how a sentencing circle works. In effect, Mike Gamble and the elders and any interested party sit in a large circle and discuss the matter. That way, a consensus is reached on what punishment might be appropriate.
It's not punishment the boy needs. It's help for a dangerous mental problem.
Well, Mr. Leonard, you maintain that Mike Amble is a member of the Sachinov tribe. The elders accept him as such. I would like to hear what Mike Amble thinks.
After all these years, I'm not sure Mike Amble knows just what he is.
Mr. Amble, would you please stand up? These men claim you as a native Sachinov.
I know.
Do you feel like a Sachinov Indian?
I don't really know what a Sachinov Indian feels like.
Your Honor, what
Mr. Leonard, you have been a very effective and articulate spokesman for your people. You've done the best you can. Now sit down. When you were in the foster home, did you ever tell people you were an Indian?
No. I never told nobody nothing. White people talk too much.
You don't think of yourself as a white person?
If I see myself, I know I look white, but in the dark or with my eyes closed, I know I'm not. Sometimes I smell wood smoke. Helps me remember.
Remember what?
Home.
Now, I have to do what's best for you, but I also have to protect society. You understand that?
You're gonna put me in jail.
Your Honor.
I want to be in a jail for men.
Well, I can't do that. You're only 14.
Yeah, but I made my kill. I proved that I can provide. That's what a man does.
Did Mr. Leonard tell you that?
No.
Did you read it in a book?
No. I remember the story my father told me before he died.
Tell me the story.
One day, they come for you. Maybe your father, maybe your uncles. Your mother knew it was time, so she packed you food to eat and a bottle of water. Nobody says nothing. And they take you out. And they give you a gun, a real gun, not for gophers or rabbits, but for real meat. And you wait for the animal to come, offer itself. And you shoot. And you're proud. And your mother's proud. And everybody eats because of what you did. And then, you're a man.
He's right.
But that's not the way it happened for you.
I waited. But nobody came. So I packed my own water and food. But nobody came.
So you took matters into your own hands.
We had a school trip to that zoo. And I saw that big animal. And he offered himself. I knew what to do. Because of the story. So I went back.
The way I see it, there were extenuating circumstances, and Samuel deserves a break.
That's crap.
Of course. It's your prerogative to insist this goes back before Judge Gray.
Good. I'll take my chances with her. Get up.
However, you might want to consider the political temperament of the times. What it looks like for a white PO to bounce an African-American kid so hard.
Son of a bitch. I never expected you to come right out and say it.
You're careful, Mr. Smelser. But you're a bigot. I know it. Samuel knows it. And so do you.
I don't know any such thing. Come on.
I'm Judge Gray's court services officer. I'm not gonna let this lie. You're doing this boy a disservice.
So you tell me you're gonna influence a judge?
That would be inexpedient and unwise, Mr. Smelser. I think if you decide to mess with me, you'll find I'm neither of those things.
Judge Gray? Judge Gray! That didn't go so badly, did it?
Are you kidding?
Yeah. You might have noticed some of the transitions were a little rocky.
Donna, you did a great job.
My charts helped a lot, didn't you think?
What would we have done without them?
Total chaos. Disaster. So, all in all, I'm as good as Bruce? Judge Gray? I said, all in all, I'm just as good as Bruce? Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Well, room for improvement there. I'm not daunted. Always room for improvement. Good night, Judge Gray. Good night, Donna.
Are you hungry?
No,
You didn't eat much dinner.
because I wasn't hungry.
You still need to eat.
Ma, no, thanks.
Are you busy?
A little. Trying to recover from Donna being my CSO.
Donna?
Temporarily. I don't think the weather patterns have shifted, but I'm not sure yet.
She's a sweet girl.
She's a terrible CSO.
We can't be good at everything.
Some of us never stop trying.
Kyle is coming to stay with us.
What?
Well, not forever, just for a little while.
Why are you doing this?
He's my nephew. He needs help, and I'm going to give it to him.
Why does he need help?
It's a long story.
I have time.
No, you don't. Not if you're working tonight.
Hey, Mom. Mom? I live here. I pay rent to live here. So I think I deserve to know why we're taking in a boarder who is also, in his spare time, an ass.
Amy, I am still your mother. I still make the best decisions, and if you don't like it, then call your local real estate agent.
I just want to be heard.
You have been heard and overruled by a wiser authority. Someday you'll thank me.
I hate when you say that.
I know, but it's true.
I hate that you think you are always right.
I know, but I am.
Fine, but you're also mean and you scare me.
That's what mothers are supposed to do.
Since when?
Since forever. I don't know how an entire culture forgot that. You're supposed to be scared of snakes, the dark, and your mother.
Ma.
Because, Amy, a mother's love is an awful thing. Especially when you start trying to tear it down. So just don't do that!
I want a dumb mother.
Too late. I'm gonna make you some soup. You need to eat.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, one of Amy's sentences proves fatal. Judging Amy is next on TNT.